What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and to some more WWE 2K19 coverage. And today, in preparation to the roster reveal for 2K19, we're gonna revisit a countdown video that I did a couple of months ago discussing multiple superstars that will be removed from this year's game. As always, since I like to keep you guys up to date with all the latest news, reveals, and roster confirmation, I wanted to make sure to do just that and update this video for you guys, as right now we got the WWE 2K19 roster reveal in progress. In the end, we are also going to be discussing two extra superstars and letting you guys know whether or not they're going to be in this year's game, because they are certainly questionable addition. Nonetheless, guys, before we get into this countdown, make sure to elbow drop a like on this video. Just like the previous one, let's try to go for 1,000 and plus likes. With that being said, let's get right to it with superstars that were part of last year's WWE 2K18 game but will be removed from WWE 2K19. And to start off, I actually want to give you guys an update right away, which is of course Big Cass. He is the latest release from WWE and ended up being let go on June 19 after feuding with Daniel Bryan for 3 pay-per-views straight. The specific reason is not known, but most of the rumors indicate that Big Cass ended up having heat backstage because he went off script in one of his segments weeks prior to his release. Up next, we got one of the former 205 Live Cruiserweight champion, and that is Rick Swann, who was released by the WWE on February 15 after some domestic violence charges, which in the end the charges were dropped, but unfortunately he was already fired by the WWE. Same happened with another former Cruiserweight champion, Enzo Amore, who was released from the WWE on January 23rd after there was an investigation on him of allegations that WWE had no idea about. As of the last couple of months, these charges has been dropped, but there's no signs of Enzo coming back to the WWE, and it is clear that he won't be in this year's game. Up next, we got what was a surprise addition to 2K18, which was Sair Fulton as part of Sanity. Unfortunately, he won't be in this year's game because he was released towards the end of last year after returning from injury and after WWE didn't have much to do with him. Same ended up happening with Summer Rae, as she ended up being released alongside Darren Young and Emma. All of these games at a very unfortunate time, and it was just very weird, especially when it comes to Emma, because she was already feuding with Asuka and she was getting a lot of television time prior to her release. No specific reason were given up to why all of these 3 superstars were released on the same day basically, but all that we know is that they probably got the biggest chance of returning to WWE in the near future, more so than all the other superstars that we just discussed. Up next, we got another former Cruiserweight Division champion, and probably the most unfortunate one that won't be in WWE 2K19, and that is Neville, simply because we know that his moveset is amazing, and it is just unfortunate that he ended up walking out of the WWE to ultimately finally being let go of his contract as per multiple reports that has been coming out this month. So there were speculation that maybe Neville was going to be in 2K19 simply because he was still on the contract with WWE, but that is not the case anymore, meaning that the chances of him being in the game are almost 0%. So those are superstars that are basically 100% not going to be in 2K19. And now I want to move on to something that you guys are always asking me about certain superstars, so I wanted to make sure to cover it. So one of the biggest questions is whether or not Tyson Kidd will be in the game, because he has been in the game for years now, even though he retired. And my take on this is that we're still going to be getting Tyson Kidd added into the roster simply because he is a major part of production in the backstage of WWE. So I'm sure that WWE just gonna approve him every single year as long as he continues to work with them. Just in case you guys didn't know, most of the amazing matches that we get, such as Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler, those are usually produced by Tyson Kidd. So in my personal opinion, I hope that he continues to be in the game just so that we could have him there. there. And last but not least, we're talking about James Ellsworth, who came back to the WWE for only 2 months, made about 5 appearances, and definitely left an impact, but the only problem was that he never signed a contract with the WWE. He has already been quote-unquote fired, so do not expect him to be in 2K19. And again, that is simply because when he came back, he never signed a contract, meaning that WWE Games is just not allowed to put him in the game. Unless, of course, they worked some type of special deal, which I highly doubt. Nonetheless, guys, that is what I got for you on this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this updated version. Just a couple of additions to it. But again, because the roster review is already in progress, I wanted to make this updated version and to get it out of the way so that we now focus on who exactly is going to be in the game. With that being said, if you enjoyed, make sure to elbow drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and we on the road to 100,000 subscribers. Macho T, dig it.